Hey everyone, today we are taking a look at Frostbite lands in normal mode for World of Kings. This is a guild dungeon. The mechanics are much simpler for this dungeon than Land of Eternal Sleep, which is a little bit more challenging as far as mechanics goes. For this one, it's more of a DPS check, I think, than anything else. Okay, for raid setups, you will need 3 tanks for this particular raid. The stacks are at 8 stacks. You want to switch, but the stacks don't come kind of slow like a normal stacks would. It kind of goes 1, 2, then 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8. So you want to make sure that you taunt right around 8. If you get to 9, you're probably going to go up to 10. If you get to 11, you're probably going to die from the 12 stacks. In the run that I'm in, we're not using markers, so I am adding in these markers here. I think they're really helpful for a new run, especially if you're not used to this or you're just introducing it. Okay, in the front, the orange marker is for where you're going to stand when there's these lines that move across the floor. So kind of centered in the back towards the stairs, I found is the best place really to stand. It's easiest to dodge them. The other 2 markers, the green square and the purple circle, are for where the meteors fall, so it just have an idea of where those are going to be coming down. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. To begin, the boss does not move. She's a caster, so just go ahead and run in. There's no special spot for the tanks to stand. Now you'll see in the background there's these mobs that kind of appear. They have these lines that come from them, and you'll see these orbs coming forward. These orbs, the blue ones, you want to block, and in normal mode you just go ahead and block them. Now there's this line in the center of the room. It says if you're a caster, stand in the yellow. If you're not a caster, then you go on the other side. So melee classes go on the non-yellow side. Alright, the next mechanic is one where you will kind of be your DPS check to see if you're ready for this raid or not. It will be a shield around the boss, and the shield comes very quickly. It just drops very quickly, so you have to DPS it very fast. I would save any of your ultimate attacks for this shield, because if you don't break the shield before the casting is done, you will end up killing a lot of your raid. So after that, you're going to get another round of the balls. Just you'll see the lines coming forward, and you want to block the blue ones, and you want to let the green ones go through. You'll get a dot on you with a lot of damage if you block the green ones. So the blue ones you make sure to block. Now for the next mechanic is just lines. You want to move out and then back in. So this is considered, I think, phase 2 because it's after the first round of the shield of the boss. So for this, you want to go out and then you can go back in. If you're a caster class, you go out and then you kind of further back. For phase 3, just be aware of this. I only pointed out because for phase 3, you need to move back further. You can't go back in. So here's the first of the meteors. You'll see these 2 circles, and you have to have 3 players in each of the circles. They block them just like in Scarlet Wolf, where you need 1 person, you need 3 in these. Then you have to come in and break your teammates out of the ice cubes. For us, we have a dedicated group that is assigned to breaking out the ice cubes. I think that's just easier because then you know your big DPS is out and able to break people out quickly, because that's important to break them out quickly. Okay, up next is the orange marker that I was talking about. You stand at that orange marker near the steps. If there is no orange marker, just go over towards the steps. And you have to avoid these lines that cross the floor. And again, it's kind of easier if you're near the steps. And don't worry about tanking or, so much, because for this, the boss doesn't continue to put stacks on during that little phase. And then you just go back over to the boss. Now up next we have more of these, and you can see the green line there. That'll have a green ball on it as opposed to the kind of purplish blue lines. Again, we're going to let that orb, try to let that orb go through so that we don't get the dot, and go ahead and block the blue ones. Now here's another round. Just spread out and avoid these yellow circles, and melee on the non-yellow side and casters on the yellow side. And so if you're on the wrong side, I think it hits you with kind of a frost thing where you just have to heal through for a big heal. And then go ahead and we're going to do the next round of the shield. So here is another round of the boss doing the shield, and you'll see the casting bar right below her name, and you need to break that shield before the casting bar is complete. Again, make sure to save your big attacks for the shield. Okay, we're in phase 3 now, so up next you're going to see another round of the lines, except we're going to have blue ice puddles that drop under the orbs when they're blocked. Now, if you're having problems with your DPS or healers blocking these orbs, we found it helpful to kind of go in a rotation order, just like you would with the tanks, top down, where the first person blocked one of these, and then the second person blocked it, as opposed to the same person taking the orbs twice in a row. Afterwards, you're going to see these lines again. Now, when you again see these lines, you can't move back in, so you need to make sure to move out for these third set of lines that you get. There's nowhere to stand in the middle, so you really have to stand, well, for this one there is, but in the second one, there was no place to stand in the middle, so you had to move out further. Now here we have another round of meteors. This round has 3 circles. I believe the first one had 1, then 2, and then 3 for this one. So you have to have, again, 3 people in each circle, and they get blocked into ice cubes, and then you have to have your DPS break them out very quickly so that you don't all wipe. Now here the boss was at 1%, so we didn't worry too much about breaking everybody out, but it is a good idea to then break them out quickly. You're watching VGO 40, and this is VGO Girl, and hopefully this helps with some of the mechanics so you know what to expect. Thanks for watching!